Presentation topic is ecology impacts of climate change. I am M.R. Ramesh, Ground Center for Atomic Research, Paka. The climate is changing. Temperatures are rising. Sea levels are rising. The ozone is activating. Climate change is reflected in water cycle changes and in extreme weather. The temperature rise indicate the red color rate of increase. At surface, temperature has risen 1.3 centigrade Fahrenheit since 1850. Ecological impacts. Living things are immediately connected to their physical surrounding. Ecosystems are affected by changes in temperature, rainfall, moisturization, pH, and saltination activities and distribution of other species and many other factors. Ecological impact as a result of chemical climate change, species and ecosystems are experiencing changes in ranges, timing of biological activity, growth rate, relative abundance of species, cycling of water and nutrients, the risk of disturbance from fire, insect and invisible species. Ecological impact as a result of climate change, species and ecosystem are experiencing in changes in ranges. Ranges shift. Species are relocated to areas with more tolerable climate conditions. Range shifts particularly threaten species that cannot move fast enough, dependent on conditions that are becoming more rare, like sea ice. The next one, timing of biological activity. Some seasonal biological activities are happening 15 to 20 days earlier than several decades ago. Trees blooming earlier, migrating birds arriving earlier, butterflies emerging earlier. Changes in timing differ from species to species, so ecological interactions are disturbed. Global changes, local impacts. Although climate change is global, the economical impacts are often local. What's happening in background? Impacts in the Pacific coastline. Shifting ranges of checkered spot butterflies. Eden checkered spot range has shifted northern onto the higher elevation of 40 plus years. Kiona checker pots. First endangered species for which climate change is officially listed as the threat and a factor in the plan for its recovery. Impacts in the Pacific coastline, changes in the water, shifting species ranges, many species moving northward. Mysteries dead zones along Washington and Oregon coastline causes undetermined but potential links to climate change. California wine industry unwelcome changes. Climate change affects managed ecosystems like vineyard and farms just as it affects natural ecosystem. Future warming unlikely to help wine growers in California premium wine regions. Some areas are projected to become marginal by 2100. Impacts in Alaska and Arctic. Effects on ice-dependent animals. Year-round sea ice breaking whales and other animals challenge to find platforms for nesting and resting. Polar bears facing difficulty hunting conditions. Seals now surface in open access ocean instead of holes in ice. Changing food chain. Increases of growth presenting a threat of curfew while retail. Self-recording but alleges a key winter food for curfew. Syrup collects snow, causing deep snow drifts. Deep snow makes it hard for curfew to reach regions hidden beneath. Feedback loops. Arctic warming faster. The Arctic is warming twice as fast as rest of the planet. as a sea ice is seasonal snow cover melts. Impact Western Mountain, wildfire, drought and insect, complex interactions, effects on American Fico, climate to the higher elevation in response to warming. Many population now isolated on mountain islands. Changes in throat habitat. Early springs, warmer summer reducing stream flows as mountain snow melt off earlier in the season. Streams reaching temperature latitude drop greater than 78 Fahrenheit. Impacts on southwestern desert. Wildfire and invasive species. The impacts of the central US. Agricultural impacts. Difficult to pinpoint climate impacts. Climate changes occurring along with improvements in farming techniques. In general, planets may grow faster, be affected by carbon dioxide level. Good information about the changes and adaptive practice in the essential for farmers. Migratory waterways drying up. Playa lakes are paragraph footholds essential for migrating birds used for resting, feeding, and mating. Climate change combined with other pressures, irrigation demands, pollution, extra impacts in the southeast, challenges to Everglades restoration. Everglades has shrunk due to human manipulation of the region, but their ongoing effort aim to restore the ecosystem. Sea level rise, fragment barrier island, reconfigure shorelines may leave certain ecosystems struggling to adapt, in particular to those adapted to this condition between land and sea. Landward movement of mangroves and marshes may be inhabited by human development. Northward movement of tropical phases, bird and butterfly watchers across the southeast looking out from for a new species. Some former seasonal migrant now staying a year round. Fisheries. In fact, in the northeast, the fisheries, lobsters, oysters, causes of climate change, the role of human being. It is very lucky to most of the climate change in current era is a result of human activities. Human activities have increased concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. These gases trap heat and pass to the earthworm. Rate of climate change. Climate change is the current era is expected to extremely rapid compared to the transition in and out of past ice ages. Ecosystems are more vulnerable to change that happen rapidly. Compounding factors. Human activities have many other effects on ecosystem. These effects compound the effects of climate change, making it more difficult for ecosystem to adapt. Pollution, habitat fragmentation, inverse species, overfishing, manipulation of water sources, and much more. Improving the outlook. Changes in activities at the personal, community, and national level can affect the rate of future climate change and species' abilities to adapt. Some of the areas where changes in human activities would help species adapt include approaches to agriculture, water management practice, energy sources and use, transportation, pollution remediation, biological conversion, and much more. The climate change is large and complex, but it's very lucky to that many people working for from many angles can help address climate change and its ecological consequences. Thanking you. Thank you for opportunity for giving UGC HRDC AMU. Any queries?